You ever drive home from work after a long day and just sit? No music, just etched in your loneliness, your sorrow, your emptiness. You ever felt like the weight of the world was on your chest and you were just struggling to breathe through it all? Me too. You ever felt so alone, so empty that you show up to places and yet you still feel absent? Or you smile during interactions, but inside you're drowning in shots of brokenness? Me too. Or you felt like the world was just moving forward, lapping you at every turn. People you knew were elevating and you felt buried and betrayed because you prayed and you prayed and you felt like God just turned his back on you? I've been there. Or how about you ever thought that because God is perfect, Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end, and since you were made in his image, that you should be perfect too? Me too. But see, somewhere between broken and delivered, God gave me something. He gave me peace. He gave me understanding. And most importantly, he gave me grace. We all know that God is a jealous God and that we should idolize nothing or no one above him. So why would we be foolish to think that we could be perfect? Like God ain't flood the earth or burn down Sodom and Gomorrah or send plagues or send droughts, right? Even more so, if we were so perfect, why would God send Jesus to die for our sins? 2 Corinthians 12:9 says that my grace is sufficient and my power is perfect in your weakness. We will always be weak. But see, Jesus, his power will always be perfect. And he doesn't call for us to be perfect. He calls for us to be willing to be disciples who will suffer and sacrifice just to serve him. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It won't. In fact, you will suffer. You will feel some pain. But like I told you before, pain is just growth and realignment. Even the most celebrated heroes of the Bible were flawed and sinful. Moses murdered. David committed adultery. Samson fell prey to his lust, but they all repented, turned around, and followed God's will and his word. See, perfection is just glorified opinion placed in the hearts of man by imperfect people who felt the need to be affirmed and complete by telling someone else that they were lesser than. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to feel ashamed. You don't have to feel small. And you don't have to follow anyone else's standard, because there's only one standard and one perfect being that we should all follow, and that's Jesus Christ. You want a better life? You want to walk in your purpose? You want to receive God's blessings? Stop aiming for perfection and aim for willingness. Stop aiming for quintessential and just aim to be good enough. When you block out the noise of the world and bury the standards of man and accept your assignment, you ain't got to worry about being perfect, because you'll be perfect for God, just like God is perfect for you.